Story time of how I got fired as a nanny. So when I was in college, I had a part-time job being a nanny because I was trying to make some money. For college students who don't know this, being a nanny is one of the quickest side hustles to ever have because one, if those kids are able to take care of themselves, you're really not doing too much. You get paid the money quickly, and while the kids are doing their homework, you can study for your assignments too. Anyways, I decided to work for this family that actually didn't live too far from my college house at the time. What they needed me to do was that the husband worked from home, but he needed to focus on work, and the mom left for her job early in the morning. So they wanted me to come in the morning, get the kids ready for school, and then drop them to their respective schools or to the school buses. That job was a job from hell. So I think it's important to note that this family was a mixed family so that you guys can know what the kids kind of look like because it will add to the story. So the father was white and the mom, I think she was mixed, but she was more of a black woman. Anyway, their oldest daughter, that little girl, was literally a girl from hell. When I tell you I have never seen somebody this manipulative this young, I honestly think that girl needs a psychiatric eval. When I tell you these kids would act so innocent when the mom was there, and then as soon as the mom left, they were bad as hell. The girl didn't want me to brush her hair. She didn't want me to give her medications. They would talk back to me all the time. They wouldn't want to turn off the TV. And then when I would try to get them ready for school, they would take their iPads, run in the room, and lock themselves in the room. Mind you, I'm their nanny, so it's like I'm not letting you go to school looking crazy. If your hair's not done, if you don't have your socks on, if you don't have your lunch packed for school, when your mom picks you up, she's gonna think I'm not doing my job. So I would really have to be stern with these kids, which was very hard for me because they would start crying. And like I said, the dad was working from home, so he would hear that and think I'm not doing my job. Mind you, at this time, this little girl, she was the bad one because the boy wasn't that bad. He was just like a little boy. The little girl, I'm pretty sure she was in like second grade. So it was surprising me to see a kid that bad because I'm African. I was never bad as a kid because my mom did not play that. Anyways, there was one morning when the kids were running late to school because like I said, they used to always give me 50 in the morning. It used to be hectic. And the little boy was on his iPad. The girl was on her iPad. And I'm just like, guys, like we got to take the iPads. We got to go. You guys keep getting warnings for being late and I don't want to drop you late anymore. He has his iPad in the hand. The girl has the iPad. They don't want to give me the iPad. So I'm like, okay, like I got to take the iPads. I took the iPads and I put them on top of the fridge where they couldn't get it. When I tell you these kids started crying like I beat them or something, like it was literally out of a movie. So the dad comes upstairs, he's all upset, he's like, what happened, blah, blah, blah. The kids start lying on me. Oh, she snatched the iPad out of my hand, and she did this, and she did that. And I'm just looking at them like, no way. But in my head, I'm like, okay, like, the dad will know, like, these kids are trying to be on their iPad before school, like, it's not a thing. Come to find out, later that day, the mom sends me a whole paragraph about, oh, how I'm so mean to her kids, and how she doesn't want me to work for them anymore. And I'm like, ma'am, what are you talking about? Mean to your kids how? The only thing that happened was that they kept having their iPads. I took the iPads away, and they started freaking out. Another issue I had with that family was that the dad was very much a pushover and the mom was very strict. The mom was the one who hired me, so I would do everything that the mom told me to do. Then the dad would get upset because he thought I was supposed to baby the kids. No, my whole job is to get the kids ready for school and get them to school. I'm not here to have them play on their iPads and watch Bluey for 3 hours and get to school late. Anyways, when she sent me that paragraph, I stood up for myself and I said something to her. I'm like, oh ma'am, like honestly, this job isn't for me either. Like you and your husband are on 2 different pages. He's saying one thing, you're saying one thing. Your kids is bad as hell. Well, I didn't say it like that, but basically, yeah. And she was like, oh my gosh, like I wish you told me this before, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, I wasn't even trying to hear none of that because I didn't even want to do that job anymore. There were also times that I would literally show up for a day of work. We'd get mad early to go pick her kids up from school. I would get to the door and they would text me like, oh, I don't need you anymore. The worst part about that is not even the fact that I woke up early to get to the job that day. It's the fact that you still didn't pay me for those days. That family was literally so ghetto, and honestly, after that, I was a little traumatized, but then I started nannying for other families, which was really good. But yeah, that is the story of how I got fired as a nanny. And this was when I was an undergraduate in college, just for reference.
Story time of when I got caught sneaking out. Okay, this story is when I was in middle school, like 7th, going to 8th grade. But basically, I had this best friend, and I got in trouble so bad that we were banned from seeing each other. So like the only way we would be able to see each other is literally sneaking out, and we lived like 2 streets away from each other, so we didn't really see nothing wrong with it. So before this one, we had already snuck out a couple times to like just see each other and stuff and hang out. But on this day, we decided to ask another one of our friends if she wanted to sneak out with us because she lived in our neighborhood. She said yeah. So we walked over to her place and we picked her up. We started like planning on like what are we gonna do tonight, you know? So we decide on going to 7-Eleven and buying some Slurpees and just buying some candy. It was like a 2-mile distance from where we were at, maybe 3. So this was like the first time we actually went out of our neighborhood when we snuck out, because before we would just stay in our neighborhood. Okay, so we were already close to the 7-Eleven we were going to. So like it's the high school and then the 7-Eleven, so we had to like go from the high school and then cross the street to go to the 7-Eleven. There's like no cars. Keep in mind, it's like 3 in the morning at this point. So we're walking and we see this like red car and we see it like start slowing down, like next to us, and we're like, what the fuck, like, hello? And then we see that the car is like tinted, but you could see like some figures inside the car, and we seen like a guy and maybe possibly another person in there. So at that point, we're just like, what the fuck? Like, that's weird. Like, why are they coming down? We're going this way and they're going that way. And then they hit a U-turn. And we're like, oh, no. Like, literally, what the fuck? Like, so we run to the 7-Eleven, right? We get there. It was closed. Oh, my God. We start freaking out. Like, when we could see the car at the intersection. Like, the intersection was right there next to the 7-Eleven. So we see it, like, waiting at the light. Like, oh, like, y'all could kidnap us, but y'all could wait at the red light. Oh, okay. And we're like, all right. Like, this is our time. We gotta go. Like, we gotta go. So we start running down the neighborhood, and oh my gosh, this part pissed me off. One of my friends, she ran so slow. She had her Crocs on, and her freaking AirPods like fell out her fucking pocket, and like it looked like her inventory literally splattered across the fucking floor. At that point, I was like, bro, do I just like keep going? Like, do I leave her behind, or like do I help her and like we get caught or something, like, you know? So I was like, oh, I don't know what the fuck to do, and I was like, you know what, let me just help her real quick. So I like turn back and I run back to her, and I'm like, girl, I grab all her shit, I don't even care, and I grab her and I start running with her. So we were already like a couple streets down, I say maybe like 4 streets down from the 7-Eleven. Then we hear the car like moving from the fucking stoplight. So we're like, oh no. We like run into this like street from the neighborhood. We run in there and we see like this like house, and it had like a little shed thing for like the car. So we just ran in there. And as we're like crouching down behind like this trash can, we hear the car like pull into the street, and we literally hear the car turn off and someone gets out the car. Like, we literally hear the door like close. At this point, like, I don't even know what the fuck to think. Like, I was like, this is it, we're done, we're about to fucking get murdered. Like, I'll see us on the news, bye. So like, it literally feels like an eternity. Like, it feels like we were there for like 30 hours just like crouching down. We start like hearing like rustling, like leaves moving, like we start hearing a whole bunch of shit. So we get like literally so paranoid to the point we're like, bro, call the police, call the cops, like call the cops right now, we're literally about to get kidnapped. So one of my friends called the police. While we were waiting for the cops, I texted my older brother. I was like, bro, I need your help, like come over here. I sent him my location. I was like, come here, like we're literally about to get kidnapped. So then police show up, and they're like with their flashlights, they're like, come out. So we like finally stand up, and like we get out the house or whatever the fuck, and they start like questioning us, like what happened and blah blah, and we tell them what happened. Tell me why. They're like, are you guys runaways? I'm sorry, if we were runaways, I don't think we would be calling the police. Like, and we literally get offended. We're like, bro, like why would we be runaways? Like, no, we're just trying to go to the store. We're like literally about to get kidnapped, and that's what the fuck you guys are worried about? So like, they ask us for like our name, our birthday, and everything. I tell them my full name, I tell them my birthday, I tell them everything. Tell me why my best friend, she gives them a fake name, fake birthday, everything. They ended up like figuring out that like she gave them like a fake fucking everything. They get so mad. So at this point, like, these people think we ran away, and now you're lying about your fucking name, like, girl. So they end up taking my best friend and the other girl in the police car to their house. But like, while we were getting questioned and everything, my brother, he shows up, thank God. And they asked him like, how old is he? They saw he was like over 18, so they were like, all right, you're free to go with him. I was like, hey bitch, we got away with it. I was like, stop playing. So I get home and I go to sleep. I'm like, yes, like I got away with it, like I'm good. Heart was still racing, but I was like, I'm good. Little did I know. So next morning, I get woken up to my parents. They're on the phone with my best friend's mom.